Okay, alright, as we do all this, I'm gonna update this score here real quick, just so we know what's happening. And so this is on Gorge, game number 6. Gorge, and it is Delhi against the Macedonians. And with that, just pause that here for just a brief second. And we have pink against yellow. And boop, boop, boop. That is. Switch that in game, here we go. So game 6, we're not able to cover the whole series, of course. MarineLorD up 3-2. So a very close series here at hand. He was leading 3-1, so Anotand did win the last one. And now they're in game 6. MarineLorD playing the Delhi Sultanate, doing a very standard opening here so far. Anotand on the other side as well. One villager on the ring and war camp, then moving out on gold. And this villager is... what is he doing? Oh, he just turned... He took a victory lap over here and is now moving on gold, taking it from the other side. I mean, you know, just like you gotta work the gold vein from every angle, right? I mean, it's like not only from this side, you're also gonna go from the other, I suppose. And
you know, I hate to say this, but that guy was looking for deer actually, unfortunately. So yaks, right? Because
yeah,
Anotand is now moving on to the other side.
Does make a lot more sense this way, and yeah, now moving on the other side. Because yeah, Macedonians, they're kind of food hungry once they move into the Imperial Hippodrome, and so going on the deer is a really nice food source, and so that definitely does.
There's
make
also
a
the
lot
fact
of
that
sense.
Delhi can't do a thing about it.
That too, but I mean, probably against pretty much any civ you would still do the exact same opener because you want to have the deer. So that's at least how it usually is being played out. Again, on the other side, don't really have a whole lot of crazy things going. MarineLorD making his way over, so yeah, he did scout if there's any deer on the left side. Now he sees that there's the deer on the right side being taken, so he can try to scatter it around a little bit, but he has a lot of sheep that he doesn't want to lose, so he needs to be careful there. And at the same time, there's a scout here. Okay, it's not going to be scattering here anything but double deer pick here, which means that is something where Delhi can attack later on, and horseman versus Ghazi Raider. It's not the worst for Delhi.
Yeah, always keep in mind, folks, that the Macedonian upgrade advantage only comes in later, especially through the extra health. But in early feudal age, Delhi is quite a bit stronger in what's the word I'm looking for here? Anyway. Initially, thank you. Oh my god, that was embarrassing. Anyway, Dome of the Faith against Imperial Hippodrome, everything's all standard here. Also, I have to ask, am I the only person seeing the Byzantine architecture and getting PTSD because this is Gorge and we're about to die?
Yeah, no, you're not the only one. That is definitely. I mean, if we had a system here, I would be definitely having some PTSD here. I can at least cope that it maybe isn't Byzantines. Expeditiously. Yak, where did you get that? Is that even a word? I'm not even. Anyway.
It is actually, but I do think that initially is still the better one here. But hey, folks, indubitably, indeed.
I love that. Indubitably.
Folks, for now, we're about to see both players age up. There's not really going to be too much controversy here. We're going to see the Hero Scout and some horsemen popping out from Anotand's side. And I do wonder, and I do guess that he's going to be adding some spears here as well. Because it is pretty rough stopping horsemen from diving your resources. MarineLorD also pretty happy, I guess, with having all of the resources stacked here with the berries and the gold, so he can have one set to defend.
Yeah, and what What else? I'm just looking at the deer pack here. There's one like in the corner here, which is kind of far away for MarineLorD, so that's gonna be annoying for him when it comes to pro scouts. But yeah, for now, just gonna have the stable Gazi Raiders out, and we see the rally point is on the deer pack. Anotand reacting with a tower. For now, just one villager. That might be a little bit too few villagers. Not sure if
that's fine.
It should be fine. It's a minute. It's gonna take a little bit here. And he sees exactly when
he has eyes on the stable too.
Yeah, it's perfect. He's doing exactly how it should be. If he needs to react, he can. Yeah, he's pulling more villagers now. Really, really nicely done here. No early blunders from either player here. And there's the Hippodrome Scout, notably having a lot more health, twice at least actually, and more damage. So can compete with the scout. At the same time, horsemen here on the berries. There's scholars out here to heal, so kind of like the Ayyubids dervish situation here with Delhi, although it does reduce the research time a little bit, of course.
It's fine. Like, MarineLorD doesn't need to go into a barracks here to defend, as Anotand would have to. Otherwise, I mean, Anotand's just going for the tower instead. But with the scholars here, he can just easily defend this. It is causing quite a bit of idle time, though, which is very annoying here. Anotand doing a good job.
Yeah, at the same time, the health that you're losing here with the horsemen cannot be repaired or healed in feudal age, and so I don't know. I'm liking.
Yeah, fighting and trading is always a losing matter against Delhi in feudal.
Yeah. Yeah, so I like that position, MarineLorD, you know, a little bit idle time, of course, as you said, but other than that, there's not really a significant amount of damage being done. And he can just keep that up, and eventually he will have the bigger numbers, because as we see, he can snipe the low health horseman here, and now he's already ahead in terms of Gazi Raiders horseman numbers, in a sense.
Hippodrome Scout used to tank out the Gazi hits. That guy can, of course, heal up afterwards, so Anotand pretty fine with that, but he did lose one horseman. So far, it's just cavalry on both sides, but MarineLorD has added a barracks and is starting to produce now. And where are those guys rallied to? Towards the sacred side on the right, so he wants to protect his scholar when he moves on the map.
There's some long-distance stone gathering here being done by Anotand, grabbing 60 stone. That is for the stronghold defensive arrow slits on the Rangan strongholds, on the barracks and barracks replacement rather from the Macedonians. So yeah, that makes sense.
MarineLorD, MarineLorD should know this is going on. He has his entire army positioned to defend the scholar right now. That leaves his berries entirely open. What does he see? He does not see this coming in. Anotand sees the villagers, and MarineLorD doesn't know this is here yet. Scout is moving. Oh my god, the timing on that exhaust!
Oh my goodness. You know, this is one of the many differences.
You can't tell me that's planned.
No, why not? I mean, honestly, if you have if you practice, how long does it take?
Horsemen have been scouted. The spears are here, but it's not enough. There is a hero hippodrome horseman in this bunch, so MarineLorD is going to lose a bunch of villas here. At least one. Okay, Anotand is not trying to go for more damage. One villager is already great. MarineLorD countering in turn though, surrounding the villas. One immediately evaporates.
Second one should go down.
And a second one.
Yeah, and now he can even burn down the tower if he wants to. There's more horsemen being pulled, so a little bit of a blow here on either side. Both players losing 2 villages, so you know, all things considered, very even right now. A couple of Akimaka here in the field as well, but not enough to really deter the Gazi Raiders. And is he gonna lose the tower here, Anotand? Is he or not? Getting repaired, pulled out, losing not another villager though. So 3 villager kills for now, and switch over here. And yeah, chasing the horseman with the spearman. One sacred site has been captured, so slowly making his way over there as well.
The Ghazi micro was beautiful. All of these are very, very hurt. Okay, one just decides to take a free death here. Anotand's horsemen coming in from the side, so MarineLorD possibly bound to lose more. Nice turnaround here. And more spears are being pulled forward. But yeah, Anotand already has 9 Edgar method. And these Ghazi actually lose 2 immediately there. Good surround.
Yeah, nice surround. There's a lot of spearmen coming in now, so...
Anotand has full vision, by the way. He has the Hippodrome Scout.
Yeah. Yeah, both players having vision with the Scout here. Now the spearmen are on top of the units here on the horsemen. Actually, it's just mainly spearmen against spearmen right now. There's the arrow slits coming in from the Varangian stronghold. Villagers on the run as well. 4 villager kills, so 1 more going down for Anotand. But yeah,
MarineLorD is just trading out his army here. The spears of the Macedonians are just that much better at this moment, and we're under the arrow slit. But at the same time, you know, we killed another Vil. We're pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, we killed another Vil, and we're thinning out the numbers here as well. The Macedonian spearmen are getting more attack speed than more Varangian units are close by within 1 tile of range, but the numbers are not as big as that would make a significant difference here, but it's a nice touch. So Macedonian spears, one of the strongest in the games for that reason, as well as having in general more health, damage, and armor.
There's the Hippodrome Bridari though. We're 11 minutes in. There is the better knight here on the field. MarineLorD is bleeding a lot of units running over here. He's going heavily into archers now, and I mean basically he is forced into Tricomp, and he doesn't know that Anotand behind this is going early Varangians, which are a really, really scary unit in the feudal age with the extra armor that they get. Now, of course, they would need these special upgrades for melee, which have not been researched. We are going into scale barding instead for the horses. But yeah, looking scary when Anotand is moving out of the fog with a mass of Varangians. Now the best way to counter them is to not touch them with melee units and instead make archers. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean that is easier said than done for sure. And MarineLorD here trying to capture the sacred sites, but they're getting decapped. And Anotand moving out to the boar on the north side and completely walling himself in here. Looking kind of funny, but I mean it can't get much more effective than this. So I kind of like
very effective.
It is very
unless
effective.
You stand outside there with 5 archers.
True. That is then it becomes messy very, very quickly.
This is the Hippodrome Horsemen and the Hippodrome Ridari, so they're quite scary on their own. But MarineLorD's entire army is here to defend that Scholar. Anotand, though, moving in with quite the mass, and Scholars are being moved away, so this Sacred Site is going to be decapped immediately. Very nice back and forth going on here, and Anotand is up to 10 Varangians at this point. That is very, very scary indeed. Yeah, against the Delhi.
I mean, now MarineLorD can see it in the Sacred Site, so he knows that there's these Varangian men-at-arms there, and that is quite scary. Especially, you know, once we unlock the root zones, which we already did that. That's good. They become really, really scary strong.
We do have the first melee upgrade here. Body chainmail is in. Take a look at these Varangians with their 5 melee armor in Feudal Age, and that is only with the first upgrade. The second one is still to come. They're pretty insane. They're pretty insane.
Yeah. I mean, the Macedonians, you know, they're not being known for the strongest economy. They don't really have a whole lot of eco bonuses, but the units, they are pretty hard hitting. Pretty much all of them.
Like these spears, they're just here to defend the archers, so the archers can actually do something about the Varangian guards. Position of the first hill coming behind that from Anotand. The timing is very, very good. Second melee upgrade coming as well. We've got 12 early Varangians, which will be Castle Age varieties in a second here. I don't think MarineLorD can handle that at all.
yeah, the funny thing is also, I'm not sure if I've ever seen Cistern of the First Hill being used for the Macedonians. I mean, usually it is the Golden Horn Tower, which, you know, providing a very good
You're the one
defense.
pushing here. This is giving you a boost in just income immediately, and then you move in. This is not a defensive landmark at all. We're just going to kill our opponent now.
Exactly. Also, I mean, the thing is, if you think about, okay, what does it give me? It does give you crossbows, which is gonna come in handy once we hit Lancer elephants. But before, it doesn't do anything. You don't need crossbows. You need, as you pointed out, you need that income. And yeah, you can see it just really nicely done.
3, 2, 1. Here's the upgrade. MarineLorD is taking a look at these Varangians. 7 melee armor, 6 ranged armor. How are we gonna stop that? I think MarineLorD can just tap at that moment.
7 million. Oh
15 Varangians. That is so scary. Now we need to do a very interesting heal play with Ghazis, just killing them one by one. I don't know how MarineLorD is gonna hold that.
Yeah, I mean, the Ghazi is basically like as sad as it is, but that's his best bet right now, because they do at least 2 bonus damage against them. So they kind of do damage at least. Scholars being left to die here, unfortunately. Villagers on the run. This is not looking good. Half the equal, more than half actually, of MarineLorD is currently either being idled or on the run. And then there's the Ridari still, you know, for good measure, being in the mix here as well. And there's no rest for MarineLorD. I'm not sure how he can get back to that. He is doing, trying to get onto the villagers here, but that's half of his army being idle for a handful of villagers. Not sure if that is really saving the game for him.
The Boar Fortress is being attacked right now, but Ridari are being rallied up there. Meanwhile, MarineLorD's entire economy is just running away. I do think that Anotand has just done it here.
Yeah,
these Varangians just don't die.
It certainly looks, it certainly looked like it, and yeah, you don't have a response for that, except for, again, like the Ghazi Raiders, but you would have to have a mass Ghazi Raider mass in order to somehow be able to deal with that, and it was just not there. Really nicely done by Anotand, that unit switch, really hitting MarineLorD when he wasn't really expecting that. Yeah, nice play.
3, 2, 3 now. Man, this series going the distance, just beautiful. We already have the last game, and unfortunately it is not on moving out, but we are going into the 3 little pigs, which has been specifically made for this tournament. So kind of poetic there. I do like that. And yeah, 3 little pigs also means we're gonna see transport ships, probably, hopefully.
Yeah, that definitely should be something. Let's see, where is that game? There you go. I did send you an invite. So, Rus against Ayyubids. Just gonna put that
on the deciding match. Now, Ayyubids we see quite a lot of, but Rus we usually don't. Predictions?
I mean, I know how Rus is being played on that map. I did see that before. That was quite nice. It was basically kind of fast castle into siege, but that was against Japanese. So maybe it's gonna be played a little bit differently on against Ayyubids. I'm not 100% certain about that. As we say that.
The beautiful part about this is the hunting cabins are so good here. It's kind of like King of the Hill. Yeah. You can even go for the entire corner there. At the same time, if you're too greedy, Ayyubid can also just burn them.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. And I do think that Anotand is probably just going to look for a nice castle timing with Ayyubid and trust into the raiders.
Yeah, I would kind of expect that. I mean, the gold is super far out here, so Rus could make some aggression work there. And yeah, for MarineLorD is also kind of far out there, but Rus doesn't really need to have gold. He is moving out with a few villagers. Is it just gonna take the deer? Kind of looks like it.
Yeah. Looks like it indeed. Keep in mind, folks, that hunting cabins are more expensive than your regular mill that you put up. So this is quite the investment, going double hunting cabin on the woodline and then another one forward.
I mean, at the same time, they did get, you know, they used to be 100, you know, like, so I'm really happy with
I
that.
know. It's better now. It just gives you options,
yeah,
which is a good design choice.
Yeah, before that it was kind of like, I want to use them for providing passive gold income and to put them on the deer or boar, but for farm transition it just sucks. And now it is kind of, you know, you can do it. It's okay later, in the later stages of the game.
So Anotand going on the backswing here, sees the forward hunting cabin, immediately starts burning it.
Yeah, or also moving the sheep a little bit away so the villagers cannot kill them immediately.
You know, if the hunting cabin had decapped the sheep, I would have laughed so hard.
Oh boy, imagine that.
But yeah, Anotand's gonna capture the outpost and then move home. Meanwhile, Culture Wing Logistics coming in. So we got some dervishes on the way, some feudal healing. It's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good.
Yeah. We did have the advancement for just a second, but then he switched it into the logistics, so we're gonna have the 2 dervish out in feudal age, which of course also really helps against feudal aggression. So if MarineLorD goes for the feudal knights, which Rus of course can do, then you don't really have to worry about that. You don't even need to have a tower, you just have the dervish there and you're fine. But what is it going to do against the deer gathering here? Because that is something that Rus, I mean, there's slightly fewer deer on this map than on, let's say, Dry Arabia, but it's still a lot, and so Rus really has a nice time here with all of the deer, if you don't contest that. Especially with, there's 3 boars here, and Ayyubids can't really access that, so if you don't contest the boar, the triple boar on Rus, that's a lot of free gold. Not to mention the food, of course.
I'm just appreciating Anotand doing it for you victory laps around the villagers here. As you do, as you do. Please, please hit my sheep. Come on, do it.
I dare you to do it. I dare you.
I allowed your villager for 1 second. I'm making bank here on all of these advantages I'm getting. But yeah, so interesting for me is going to be, when does MarineLorD build his wooden fortress to boost his woodcutting? I'm guessing very late, because I'm never really sure when to do that, but at the same time, so I'm expecting Anotand to just immediately go into a raider and not really do a whole lot more unless MarineLorD forces him to in feudal age.
Yeah, I mean, as Ayyubids, you kind of love to just go castle age and just do whatever you want to do. Just hope that your opponent lets you cook. So I don't think he's gonna do a heavy feudal play. Maybe just wants to force his opponent to invest into military. Especially since we have the Golden Gate, there's not gonna be Kremlin, so we're not gonna. I mean, that would be another thing, right? I mean, you could put the Kremlin on the boar or on the big gold vein in the middle, because that's another thing. There's only one big gold vein on this map, and that is in the middle lane. So basically, the player who controls that is gonna have a very, very nice late game Imperial, and the other player is probably gonna suffer on gold a little bit.
Forward archery range for MarineLorD here on the hunting cabin, and he's also getting a barracks, and he's also being annoying and laming the deer here in the front that have been pushed in by the dervishes. You love to see it. Like, there's not even combat units on the field yet, and we already have a clash. First Desert Raider is moving out now, and MarineLorD sees him coming. Already has a spear and an archer out, so if you just have the archer, the Desert Raider just turns on melee mode and hits you in the face. And if you only have the spear, the Desert Raider is just gonna kite it to death.
Yep.
Double archery range. You love to see it. This is very much old school Rus.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, never change a running horse. So
it's a camel.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but...
Fair enough. With the dervishes here, this is so annoying. He needs like 5 archers to actually threaten this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with the double dervish heal, the desert raider can just be annoying as heck right now. As Rus, you don't have that feudal age healing, so all of that poking eventually will wear you down. Anotand needs to be careful. Needs to keep the dervish around here, but yeah, that healing is just so insane right now.
So annoying. MarineLorD is like, okay, I fought for 2 minutes, traded out the entire time. Oh my god, if the spears can make a connection though. Oh. Very close. Dervish gets sniped out. Big blunder by Anotand, and now he can no longer play the bully here. But if you look at his resources, he doesn't really need to for that much longer. Now, I'm a little scared because that tower is backwards against a knight. So, if archers just stand on the other side, that will be bad news bears for him. But MarineLorD is not pushing so far. Just gonna take the boar out and go on that food in the middle. And Anotand's just gonna try and waste more time flanking around with the raiders, going for the villagers. Well, where? Where actually? Because there's a wooden fortress in the back and I didn't check when it was being built. Industry wing coming in for Ayyubids.
Okay, so a lot of resources gonna be coming in for the Ayyubids. So yeah, again, could be a second town center. Most likely it's just gonna be a bunch of production buildings, and then Anotand will keep up the pressure. One other thing that
MarineLorD sees the age up here, sees that it's going to be eco or industry. I mean, you're expecting industry every time for the castle age timing. And he brings 7 archers to this position, so Anotand's gonna be pushed off of gold in a second.
Yeah, villager making it out alive here. No, actually no. I think we killed that.
That is 1 dead vill, but on the other side, close one. MarineLorD makes it away with all of his vills alive. And he's going into Ramtech. This is full feudal Rus.
Wow, okay, I mean, to be fair, it does make sense, because you know your opponent is gonna play the fast castle play. They don't want to invest into units, and if they go Lancer, you have Spearmen. If they go Desert Raider, you have Spearmen and Archers, and so you technically can counter them quite nicely. And yeah, if you starve them off gold, at some point you're gonna run out of food. There's another berry patch here close by. You know he's not gonna be able to take the boar, so that's out of the picture. You yourself are on the boar, so that is an amazing food income. Not to mention it also gives a slight passive gold income from the hunting cabin there, so that's also kind of nice. And
double archery range. Is Anotand just gonna go into mass veteran archers?
I mean, that definitely would be an option.
It's very, very dangerous though, because MarineLorD can just start producing horsemen and or knights, and feudal archers aren't actually very bad against their castle age counterparts.
Well, especially because the Ayyubids don't have the composite bow as the Abbasid have, and also with the archers you can't really burn the rams, so you need to pull the villagers, but then you have the archers for that, and this actually not looking too bad for MarineLorD. It kind of depends on can he keep the ram alive.
Tower is gonna go. Tower is gone. Anotand really wanted that to stay up here. Now he's off of wood as well. He has 900 to work with because he did go industry wing, but MarineLorD is the bully now. He is in full control of the game. Anotand, what is he gonna go for? It is currently Camel Lancers. And where are they going? Are they going towards MarineLorD's base? MarineLorD, by the way, he did wrap around on the right side with 9 more units, just to check if there's something going on. And he's rallying his reinforcements on top of the boar right now, expecting a raid to come in.
Yeah, I mean, that does make sense. And sure enough, there is the Lancer with the Scout, so if you take out the Scout, that Lancer is going to be blindsided. Just one Spearman is not going to cut it.
The spear on the waterline! He just read that perfectly. He had no idea it was there, and he just moves one spear all the way down to not have Anotand just walk by there for free.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with
another Lancer?
with the point of interest here, with the abandoned outpost, it just barely misses like a tiny, like a tile here on the sides, and so you can technically sneak around if you're really careful, even though your opponent does have...
Anotand's moving out. MarineLorD though, he has 6 archers here. It's gonna be another villager falling, another 2 villagers. What is Anotand gonna go for? He does have regular archers. These are not veterans. He cannot afford the veterancy upgrade.
He doesn't have gold right now. He wanted to go out on gold, but he can't really. So his best bet is to hope that the Lancers, the few that he has out, will do the job. He was looking for some villager kills, but I think he only found 1 in the wood line, which seems crazy to me, but he doesn't have a scout there, so he, forget charging anything. And meanwhile, MarineLorD is in full control here. He's putting out or down the high trade house, which, by the way, also, like, same reason as the hunting cabins, has an amazing position here, of course. And so he's not too far behind, and once he hits the castle age, once he gets the upgrades, his army is looking much more stronger.
There is one... Where did that Lancer go? Okay, he's sitting on the Ronin, trying to capture that as we speak. But with MarineLorD already being in castle age now, that's not really gonna matter too much. MarineLorD now also in castle age and does not queue up the archer upgrade first, goes for the spears instead. And Anotand, he can finally afford veteran archers. It's only been, what, 4 minutes since he aged up?
Well, trust the process. Let the man cook. It's okay.
I'm letting the man cook. He beat MarineLorD in 3 games so far, so he's definitely cooking. At the same time, though, it is looking very, very good indeed for MarineLorD right now.
Another love tap here on the villager, but Lancer going down finally. And right now, we're looking at no relics being picked up at all, and Anotand just scrambling to now finally, get the gold back, get the upgrades, is moving out here, but the boar is already being depleted here, so MarineLorD took everything that he could here from this position. Even if he loses the hunting cabin, the 15 gold per minute, that's not the end of the world for him. Speaking of which...
Archer push through the middle, that is not something that MarineLorD can fight with the army he has here right now. And another Lancer coming in from the back. MarineLorD is kind of trapped. Does not want to lose all of his spears here, needs to go home. What is the deal here? What is the plan to deal with these veteran archers? Just more archers of your own, I guess.
Well, the classical archer play.
With the warrior monk, if he does not get sniped on the warrior monk and he can get out the Saint's blessing, this is gonna be a great moment to fight for him. And he comes in from the back, just surrounding Anotand. Is gonna take him out completely here.
Yeah, that is a rough position. Anotand cannot run, he cannot hide, he kind of needs to trade as much as possible. But with the numbers going lower and lower, that is just not possible, and now he just needs to run. Luckily for him, there's no wall here anywhere, so he can just run, and at some point he will be out of position. But that was a
believe in
good
the
fight
Ronin.
for MarineLorD.
The Ronin raid on the berries. He's doing it. He's doing something, I guess, maybe. He almost got a villager.
Yeah, almost, but almost is the keyword, and just 2 villager kills so far. MarineLorD with 10, so he is up almost 10 villagers against Anotand right now. And the Lancers, I'm not sure if they do a whole lot. I mean, sure, they're super strong units. Now the Ronin are in the wood line, but of course MarineLorD does see that, he does react accordingly. He's not gonna lose a villager for that. And keep in mind, these are not free, right? I mean, they cost 100 gold per unit, so that is quite
that's a good connection here. MarineLorD doesn't pay attention to his high trade hoard, forgets that he has villagers on that. And Anotand actually finding another kill. And is he gonna find another? It doesn't look like it. Just never mind.
Should be one.
Connection is being made. -4.
So basically, you have 2 villager kills and paid 300 gold for that. And with that, I suppose we're tapping out.
Yeah, I mean, he is 50 military units behind at that moment in time.
Yeah, he's
well,
behind in villagers. He's behind in military. That is a losing battle.